If you can see it here and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. Truly believe in it. If you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction and it will become reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. I got my camera back. I ended up just having to get a new hard drive. So now I can edit on Final Cut Pro and actually use like the camera and just take you guys through a couple of days of training. Just kind of obviously document at the end of the day. That's what I kind of want to do on this channel, is just show you guys as much as I can. Little update. I bought a continuous glucose monitor. For those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you guys know this. And I'm just kind of experimenting with it and just testing it out and seeing how different foods affect my blood sugar, and like obviously if my blood sugar is in a healthy range, just because I've been eating a lot more carbohydrates over the past 8 months of me training for this stuff, and I just want to make sure that I'm not like putting my health in jeopardy, if that makes sense. So I actually have it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's in my arm right now. I'm gonna be putting a YouTube video out when I get the 14 days, because these sensors, they only last 14 days. So once I get the 14 days of kind of data, I'm gonna make a video just talking about it and like things that I'm gonna do moving forward to improve it, because my findings so far are actually pretty damn surprising. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I think I have a long run that I'm gonna get done. Make some breakfast first though. So foggy. Today I was just taking a look at my training peaks. So programmed, I have a 11-mile run today. It's not super long, but that's because I'm running a half marathon next weekend, and there's going to be quite a bit of intensity in this run this morning. It's 3 times 5K, holding like, not like a half marathon race pace or anything, but just like a good tempo effort. Like my sister's coming up later today. She goes to school like up in Edmonton, so it's a little ways away. So she's coming down. She's going to be doing the 10K, like I said in the last video. The half marathon that I'm doing next weekend, she's doing the 10K portion of it. So we're going to go out and run, I think, the 10K loop that she'll be doing next weekend tonight. So I'll end up running like 17 miles today, but it's just kind of like broken up. But that's kind of what's on the agenda today. I'm just gonna hop in the shower. Yeah, so a run like this, in this bottle here, there's 50 grams of maltodextrin, which is a super fast digesting carbohydrate. Then I also just threw in just kind of like an estimated quarter Himalayan salt, which I think comes out to like close to 1,000 milligrams of sodium. I could be completely wrong with that. But yeah, I just use complete raw maltodextrin mixed with some form of like flavoring, whether it's like Mio. I mean, you can even add some fructose sugars, or not fructose sugars, but just like additional sugars or carbs from like a lemonade powder or a iced tea powder, anything like that you can add on top of the maltodextrin. Alright, so I'm doing a 2-mile warm-up before I get into the 3 times 5K, and yeah, that's what I'm doing now, and then we'll get into the good stuff. Warm up 2 miles is done. Now we're getting into the working sets here, so I'm probably not gonna film just because I want to just get this done with. So it's 3 times 5K.
and I'll give you guys a little update after each rep. It's not an all-out effort by any means, not super intense today, but just incorporating some speed work. But yeah. All right, so first 5K interval done. I held like a 7:35, 7:40 pace. For the next 2 5K intervals, I'll probably try to just hold the same pace. Look at the view. Swear to God, this is probably the nicest running path in the city I live in.
We're going down there.
2 more reps left. Let's go, baby. Holy fuck. All right, second 5K interval done. And I chose I'm running right by a golf course because Indian Hall 70.3 has a lot of hills. And it's very rolling because like I said, it's at a golf course. So that's one thing, especially now that I'm getting 10 weeks out this week. I'm not necessarily doing any more treadmill work unless I absolutely have to. All my runs are going to be outside moving forward, just to obviously mimic it as best as I can. And yeah, honestly, for considering how long of a training week I've had and throwing this on top of everything, I feel pretty damn good. Pretty beat up legs. I can't complain. In between each one of these 5Ks, I'm just taking a 4 to 5 minute rest period, just because I really today is really just about pacing, because I'm doing that drop my water bottle. Like I said, I'm doing that half marathon. Yeah, let's get into this last interval here. All right, so just got back from the run, and look who decided to show up. It's one of the hardest workouts I've ever done in my life, and that really hurt. So all right, so I'm gonna tell you guys the stats for that run. So it's been a couple hours now. I just my sister, she drove up from Edmonton because that's where she goes to school. So I was getting interviewed for some project that she's doing for one of her classes. And we're going to go for a small run tonight. I don't know if I'm going to run the 10K just because my one foot is fucked. But I'll definitely maybe run a couple miles. My sister's going to do 10K. So she has to do it now because I said it in the video. But I'll tell you guys the stats from the run that I did. So I'll pop the Strava up on the screen, but the total miles was 11.33, a 7:57 minute per mile pace for an hour and 30 minutes. Like I said, this run was just 3 times 5K. And the purpose behind this is really just obviously I'm doing that half marathon next week. So I just thought it'd be good to do a session like this rather than just doing a complete aerobic long run, because that's what my long runs have looked like. So I decided to bring the total volume down for this run, increase the intensity, have some quicker work, I guess is what you can call it. Other than that, just when I got back, I ate some food. I was gonna show you guys everything I've ate today, but I don't know. I just find it really hard to film all that little stuff. Yeah, I think that's kind of everything in terms of the run. So I'll see you guys I'll show you guys my sister running on the track in 30 minutes. All right, so we're not gonna run on the track anymore because the track is just kind of boring. We're just gonna go out in that direction. I don't know if you guys can see, but downtown Calgary's just over there. There's some really nice running paths that we're gonna go down. I'm gonna take my sister, and we're gonna try to do 10K. We're gonna see kind of how it goes. She has to do a 10K next weekend. I've said that 10 times, but no, we're gonna try to keep our heart rate below 200 beats per minute.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
We'll try to keep our heart rate below 200 beats per minute and push the pace on this one. Threshold work for 10 kilometers straight.
I'm going straight across the river.
But yeah, I'll take you guys along with my phone. I'll just kind of film it as we go. It's gonna be pretty chill.
Hopefully.
1 mile in. I think that was like a 10:30. We're moving along pretty good here. So,
First mile.
first mile is always the worst. Only 5 more to go. 50 minutes of running. It's never that deep. Miles. 11, 12.
22 minutes.
We're ripping here.
48 minutes left.
Yeah, fuck. Look at the size of that house. All right, 3 miles in now. I think that was like a 11, like an 11:25. We're about halfway there. We're gonna make it. Woo!
Slid on my legs.
All right, little update for mile 4. How we feeling?
Okay. Ish.
We're still alive.
Yeah.
That last mile was like a 11:10, 11:15, maybe a 12. Who knows? Mile 5, baby. How we
Kind of done. Pushing though.
kind of get she says.
Autopilot mode.
Brains on autopilot,
Inner demon.
fighting demons. That's what it's about. There's the car. All right, 10K done. How was it, Sam?
It was fucking hard, but it was good.
It was hard, but it was good. 10K complete.
I'm hungry as fuck.
She's hungry for next weekend, for the sub 1 hour. That's what she's hungry for. Woo, let's go.
Ready?
BPN supplements. All right, what's up, vlog? We are back from the 10K. Sam, how'd it go?
It honestly went really good. I actually felt better than I thought I was, and I made it through it, so like, fucking I survived. That's all that matters. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, we did a little over 10K. I'll pop the Strava up on the screen. 6.34 miles, pace of 11 minute and 11 minute mile, an hour and 10 minutes, which honestly isn't bad for that's her first 10K ever. Like so
That's
the
like quadruple the furthest I've
so
ever
the
fucking
story
ran.
behind this half marathon. So I wanted to do it anyway, just because they do it kind of out of the parking lot right beside my apartment, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that half marathon this year because it's so close to where I live. And then I like jokingly mentioned it to my sister and just kind of forced her and signed her up for it. So that's why she's doing the 10K, but she's been actually super good about it and like running and stuff. All right, so last thing, we stopped at one of my favorite places here in Canada, which is Freshie. Sam got the teriyaki twist chicken bowl, and then I got a smokehouse double chicken bowl. Get that extra protein. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today. I guess the video is still going to continue, but see you tomorrow, bright and early. Let's go.
I will
And-
not.
and
See you guys.
Sam won't be here tomorrow, so wish her luck in her 10K.
What's going on, everyone? Good morning. It's currently 6:07 in the morning, and yeah, we got a bike ride to do. So it's so dark out right now, and I hope it's not super cold, just because I don't really have a nice jacket to wear when I am cycling. All right, we got 25 grams of peanut butter, 60 grams of berries, 40 grams of whey protein, and the oat packet's probably around 400 or 500 calories, nice and light. And I'm gonna have this. and probably a coffee as well. Alright, so for fuel, I have this big bottle here, and in here, this is just plain maltodextrin, so it's just a carb powder, and I'm gonna rock with about probably 120 grams of it today, just because today's gonna be an easier ride. 120 grams of maltodextrin. Then I'm just gonna add a little bit of this pink Himalayan salt. Fuck, am I exhausted? Oh my god. Half the times I don't want to do this. Like I'd say, like, it's that doing this stuff is not easy for me. There's nothing special about me doing this stuff, and my legs are trashed from running little over 17 miles yesterday, almost 18 miles. So awesome. Thank you. Have a good one. Coffee acquired. If you ever feel like in your training that you wake up and you don't want to do it, or there's days where you like literally dread doing what you're supposed to do, I feel you, because that happens to me almost every day. I want to enter Indian Wells 70.3, obviously like guilt-free. I don't want to feel like I left anything on the table. I think that's like the best gift you can give yourself when preparing for fucking anything that means something to you. Just prepare so ruthlessly well that you have no doubt in your mind that you did everything you could have. And that's really just what I'm going to try to do in this prep going into Indian Wells. I mean, yeah, I'm 10 weeks out this week. Next week I'm going to be 9 weeks out. I just want to show you guys that if you guys are willing to commit to something, you can do better than what people thought, if that makes sense. Alright guys, beautiful morning here. Got the bike out. Look at that view. Alright guys, so I'm like 30 minutes in and it's so cold this morning. That's why I'm wearing like this big ass jacket. And the game plan, just because I only have one bottle, is I'm just gonna go out and back for an hour, out and back for an hour, come back to my car, drink some electrolytes and some carbs, and yeah, keeping it really easy today, like I said. And yeah, no, it'll be nice to have this done by like noon today, so ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right, 1 hour into the bike ride, averaging just under 180 watts. Like I said, keeping this ride easy, heart rate below 140, 143. And yeah, just time in the saddle, baby. Woo! All right, so just got back to my car and I'm just gonna take this and fill the water bottle that I have on the back there, bottoms up. All right, so just hit the 3 hour mark. I'm somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I went a little bit too far. I ended up going like an hour and 15 minutes out from my car when I made the stop, so it'll be another, probably finish around 4 hours and like 15 minutes, I think, which will be good. A little extra time on the bike doesn't hurt anything. But yeah, I haven't really been filming much just because I have this clunky ass jacket on, but I've been putting my phone in my bicycle jersey, so to try to pull it out while I'm riding is like an event and a half. But yeah, we got some nice, of course it's like harvest season right now in the fall, so got the nice fields. It's a vibe out this morning. I'm 50 miles in, 3 hours in, average power 181, feeling good.
heart rate is incredibly low. It's like my average heart rate as of right now is 136. Feeling fired up. Let's take her back home now. All right, everybody. That wraps up that ride. I'll throw the Strava up on the screen for you guys, but I'm just gonna pull it up on my bike computer because I still need to upload it to Strava. But no, it was super windy out, so I couldn't really go or maintain a speed. Not that it matters. Like I said, a ride like today was just about heart rate more than anything, and obviously paying attention to power, just because I'm really trying to improve like my aerobic fitness, if that makes sense, like my aerobic power, which simply is just the level of power that I can kind of sustain at a aerobic heart rate, like where I seriously just feel like I can hold it forever. And honestly, like, it's crazy how much for me that has improved over the last like 8 weeks. Like, I held an average of 181 watts throughout that ride, or 185 normalized. And my average heart rate was only 138 beats per minute, which is crazy because even for my Ironman in Lake Placid, I held 184 normalized power. I mean, I know it was like, or the full Ironman's a bit longer. But no, I'm super happy with how my fitness is kind of in the direction it's going, and I feel really strong on these rides. Like, I feel like 4 hours is like nothing now, which is nice. Now that I'm getting kind of closer to the race too, Indian Wells, I'm gonna start doing a lot more, actually bring the volume down, because next week will be my last kind of higher volume week, and then I will go lower volume and focus more on just intensity and really just getting myself ready for the race. Like, do more intervals and stuff like that, especially in these longer rides. Like, I definitely want to do like a mock Ironman bike and see if I can hold 240 to 250 watts for 2 hours and like 20 minutes ish, or even just a 2-hour time trial in the next coming weeks. But no, that was a good bike ride, solid run yesterday. Big weekend. I mean, 17 miles on the feet yesterday, and I mean, a 4 hours and 11-minute bike ride today. And I'm tired. I'm ready for a good deload week next week, because the half marathon's on Sunday. I'm just gonna like take it easier, less volume, but I want to have more intensity, less volume next week, just to kind of like, because I mean, I paid money to do this half marathon. I may as well like try to do good in it. So yeah, I might pick you guys back up. I actually want to sit down and talk with you guys about